tails.
Heads is number.
No, numbers of the tails.
That's heads, eh? You said your heads with your numbers.
Exactly right.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about the pitch?
Yeah, it looks pretty flat. Looks good. Yeah, we're going to have a bowl first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And a bit of a blow to lose Mark.
Yeah, it is. He's certainly playing well, but we had the idea of rotating players, and we believe that any 11 players will be a good side we put on the park.
And McGrath's actually come into the team, the announced team now. What's happened there?
Yeah, Nathan Bracken's got the flu, and he hasn't pulled up well this morning, so McGrath's back in.
Right. These discs, they look a bit dangerous, don't they?
Yeah, we soon have different ones for every game, but yeah, probably not ideal. I think players can trip on those, and we probably could do just some markings on the ground to be easy. Yeah.
All right. Good luck today, then. So, what's this pitch normally do?
It looks a good batting surface. Outfield is quick, so there'll be a lot of runs on the board.
Yeah. Disappointed to lose that second game after winning the toss?
Yeah, absolutely. We were about 20 runs short in the second game, and I thought we should have bowled better on that track where it was turning square. But I thought Mark played a superb knock as well.
Yeah. And you've gone for a bit more pace, so Gurkha coming into the team?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way we won in the last 8 months with 3 seamers. It's easier for me to bring them back under pressure.
Yeah.
So we've gone with 3 spinners and 3 seamers, and the spinners have not been bowling well.
Yeah.
So.
And what do you try and do when you're struggling for form yourself? What are the extra things you try and do?
Well, I'm trying my level best. I'm working hard. I'm putting a lot of time off the matches. I'm working hard in the nets, doing a lot of training. I think it's going to come sometime.
All right. Good luck.
That's all I can do.
I guess at some stage they're going to have to organise a coin that says heads on one side and tails on the other. I don't think anybody out there knew who had won the toss. Certainly not Steve Waugh. So India, a change at the top of the order. Ganguly is going down the list, and Sachin Tendulkar will open with Rahul Dravid. Laxman, another key man, of course, for India. Badani, a very good player. And Ajit Agarkar has come into the side to add some fast bowling strength to India. For Australia, the rotation system. Adam Gilchrist, for the first time in this series, back as an opening batsman. He will be joined by Damien Martin, following the leaving out of Matthew Hayden under that system. Also, of course, Mark Waugh with a broken finger. He won't play any more part in this series. Ponting at 3, out of form. Michael Bevan, Steve Waugh, Darren Lehmann, Andrew Simons and Ian Harvey. A very strong batting lineup for Australia. And the bowlers, Shane Warne, Damien Fleming and Glenn McGrath. So let's go to the first ball of the third match. It's Glenn McGrath bowling to Rahul Dravid. And this could be a pretty important half an hour, Sanjay, given that Australia won the toss and somewhat surprisingly elected to bowl.
Well, I think they just want to keep that winning format going. Chase to win seems to be the option for Australia, so they've taken it. It worked for them in Pune. And the pitch also looks a little dark in colour. They have a look, not white as the soil here is, so should be some moisture. McGrath, first ball of the third one-day international.
Down leg side, and that should be called a wide, and it is. So India are off and running. McGrath just faltering, and that is the Indian lineup with just the one change.
Yes, Saurav Ganguly and Sachin Tendulkar slated right up there, but we've seen the change in batting order. VVS Lakshman, Rahul Dravid, Hemang Badani, Dinesh Mongia, Vijay Thaya, Ajit Agarkar comes in place of Sunil Joshi. I think that's a good move. And then the two fast bowlers, Khan and Srinath, and Harbhajan Singh, the off spinner.
Nice shot from Dravid, just coming towards the ball. He is in very good form. And he's got all day to bat today. 50 overs if he's good enough. So Australia and Adam Gilchrist and Damien Martin, the scheduled opening pair. Hayden being rested and Mark Waugh taking his bags for a flight back to Australia with a broken finger. Then Ponting back into the side. Harvey and Warne down the bottom. So a strong batting lineup yet again by the Australians. And half a shout, but maybe an inside edge stifled by Glenn McGrath. But the crowd really involved in this game early. They are absolutely desperate for Tendulkar to play well. So Australia, with their bowlers, much more settled the bowling attack with McGrath, Fleming, Warne and Harvey. So 4 genuine bowlers. And then the part-time bowling of Simons and Lehmann. And maybe a bit of Damien Martin as well. So a much better bowling lineup for Australia for this third one-day international here at Indore. Pre-regulation field for Glenn McGrath at the start of this game. May see a more unorthodox field when Tendulkar is on strike, but for the very normal batting style of Dravid, just the 2 slips with Freeman in the offside, third man, and then a regulation leg side field with the man at fine leg. then square leg and mid-on. So pretty regulation field for Dravid, who is a pretty regulation batsman. It's a nice little bit of off-cut for McGrath. Dravid really has to be watchful. McGrath, first ball is wide, but since then he's been on target.
You can expect some lateral movement on this pitch. Any moisture in the field or on the wicket will last for not more than 20 minutes. But although it's nice and cool, the sun can be pretty harsh in these spots. Here's McGrath.
This is not a particularly happy hunting ground for India. It's their 7th match here in Indore. They've had 3 losses, 1 win only, 1 tied match versus Zimbabwe in 1993, and 1 abandoned match on December the 25th, 1997. That was against Sri Lanka. So just the 1 win out of 7 matches. Nice shot, coming towards the ball, but just a wide for India in the first over. India won without loss.
It's been a while since they've had a one-day international here. They'll gobble this one up.
Big shout, and no decision by the umpire. Fleming can't believe it. Now, did the umpire think there was a little inside edge, but Damien Fleming, who doesn't show too much too often, cannot believe that it is going down leg side according to the umpire. Dravid playing across the line and nearly paid the penalty.
Oh, just got the feeling the first time when I saw it that there could be an inside edge, but no, none of that. Ball pitching outside the off and it's straightening as well. It wasn't angling down. I think that's a very, very close call. And Dravid, I think, is lucky to be out there. Not a big stride in front as well. And the ball hitting low, mind you. So everything in favor of the bowler. Oopsie.
Yes. Well, Damien Fleming will be pretty angry when he gets his hat from this umpire. Damien Fleming asking, speaking. It's 2 without loss and 1 hat and a pair of sunglasses. Lovely shot. And this will tell us how fast the outfield is. And no chance. All the way to the fence. So Dravid got some width and he got himself his first score. It's a boundary. Not perfectly timed, but perfectly placed.
This is a good shot by Dravid. Something you don't see Dravid doing too often is hitting on the up. Have a look at this. It's not an over-pitch delivery, just a bit of width. And it's played on the up. Good drive.
And he's done it again. A replay of the first boundary. Same length, same width, same result.
And very unusual for Rahul Dravid, but an excellent shot again. Again on the up. Not an over-pitch delivery. But this is something I've not seen Dravid do too many times. Again, a bit of width. He went for the width. Just freed his arms and again found the gap. So 2 good boundaries for Dravid in this over.
Tendulkar on strike to McGrath. And he goes for it and he gets the boundary. McGrath has made the public comment that Tendulkar is the hardest batsman in the world to bowl to. And in these one-day games, it appears to me that Tendulkar has upped his approach to facing McGrath and wants to attack him on every possible opportunity. Tendulkar again shows you the aggression against McGrath. Going towards the point fence. Will it get there? Yes, it does. Well, I don't think that Andrew Simons realised it's gone over the rope. In fact, I thought the ball hit the rope. But the umpire, has he called for the third umpire? Andrew Simons will have no idea, of course. Just appeared as though he stopped the ball, but his momentum going forward, the ball just followed him and touched the rope. No, it touched his foot.
So what looked like a rope was actually the ball hitting the boot, the back of the boot of Andrew Simons.
Dravid on 15. Tendulkar has quietly got himself to 16. Last ball of the previous over. Dravid hit it firmly to mid-off. The Australian captain, he took him on, and Steve Waugh got rid of it very quickly, and, well, a direct hit and Dravid wouldn't be there. A risky single to the Australian fieldsman, particularly when he hit it firmly and direct to them.
Just comparing the two batsmen, Rahul Dravid has looked to play more aggressively. He's hit more boundaries than Tendulkar, 3 boundaries to Dravid, and just the 1 boundary to Sachin Tendulkar. But the strike rates are quite amazing in comparison. Dravid has a strike rate of 45.4 as compared to Tendulkar's, which is 133.3.
Bounce again and half a shout, and he's gone. Yes, he is. So Dravid wasn't going to go, then he started to go, and there wasn't a huge appeal by the Australians, but Dravid, I think, gave it away himself by starting to walk. I think if he stayed there, he might have survived.
He might have survived because Fleming didn't appeal at all, which would suggest that the sound hadn't travelled this side. He didn't know about it, so the umpire also wouldn't have probably known about it. If I was the batsman, would have stayed, and maybe that could have done his fortunes a lot of good. Rahul Dravid gone for 15, and the first wicket for India at the score of 32.
Oh, and off the inside edge, a bit of movement there for McGrath. It's running away down towards fine leg, no one down there. Tendulkar gets himself a couple of runs. There's 34 for 1 the score at the moment, into the 10th. The run rate at around about 4. That's slowed down a little bit. That's the situation. Dravid, the man out, caught behind. All that really matters about that is that he did nick it, and the umpire got it right.
Yes, just reward for Fleming, because Rahul Dravid survived leg before appeal before he had opened his account, and that looked very close. In fact, that looked plumb. That's a lovely shot from Lakshman. Superb timing and placement.
Oh, is he a good timer of the ball? Wonderful eye. Just watch this. Little flick of the wrist there and through the field for 4. That's the first floor of Fleming today. Beautiful shot. 42 for 1. Steered away down to third man. That's very nicely timed. It'll be cut off though. Oh, the ball bouncing away. He's managed to pick it up. Bevan does some good work down there. Yes, well, just going back to Damien Fleming, I'm going to have to totally and utterly retract my comments about him, because there is nothing more infuriating than running into bowling a legitimate ball and then having an umpire call no ball. Now, that very seldom happens, and unfortunately, it's just happened. He obviously saw his marks there and couldn't believe it. Good running too. Oh, this is a very, very different positive call out. Oh, he smashed that one away. This will be 4. Oh, yes. Into the fence it goes. Sachin Tendulkar gets that one away back with a point right off the middle of the bat. And it's very, very difficult to stop those. This is a hard ground. Brings up the 50 as well.
Yes, it's not easy fielding in the outfield here. It's bumpy, it's pretty hard. And at the end of the day, that could be the difference between the two sides, the quality of fielding. Desperate effort by Lehman in the deep, but the timing was so good from Tendulkar. Width offered to him by Fleming. Good effort, but not good enough.
It's when you dive full length and you slide across the top of a rope, you get what they call rope burn. Well fielded, back onto the stumps as well, but Latchman's got his bat down. Yes, the other interesting aspect of India's performance today is something they've obviously that's been brought to their attention by their coach, I would suggest, and that is the singles they score in the first 15 overs. They've been averaging 12, and That's 12 singles. The Aussies 21, 25, 27 I think it is, the Aussies average. So India clearly starting to think about some of those finer points of the one-day game.
Yes, it's very important, especially if the bowlers are bowling tight and you're denied the boundaries, then you've got to run hard for the singles. But already you can see Fleming beginning to bury his pace on the surface. We mentioned it slowing up a bit. He doesn't want to be predictable.
Oh, great shot through the gap. That's 4 as well. I think a couple of Aussies may have got fingertips on that, but what a beautiful shot.
Well, this is a terrific strike from Tendulkar. It isn't a bad delivery at all from Fleming. But look at the adjustment he makes here. Stands up tall, hits on the up. And again, tremendous placement. There is a short cover, there is a man at cover. And he's bisected both those fielders.
Oh, well bowled. Very well bowled. Through to the keeper. Off the bat, that's 4. He does open the face. He knows the third man's a little wide. That might have been just a little streaky. But, boy, did it race to the fence.
Ian Harvey will be a little disappointed here that he's given Lakshman some room outside the off stump. He was bowling straight, but again, you can see the face of the blade when it meets the ball there.
Stroll through for the single, and it's awarded as runs. So just 1 needed now by Tendulkar. He's had a bit of a struggle of late. Just 4 runs coming from the last 15 deliveries. So he's very conscious of the 10,000. Lovely wrist work there from Laxman. Laxman was looking for 2 there. I think probably Tendulkar would like to take his 10,000th run off Shane Warne. Got 1 ball to do it this over. And there it is, run number 10,000 for Sachin Tendulkar.
Some nice acknowledgement by Tendulkar, and what a knowledgeable crowd. 10,000 runs. Gilchrist passes on his congratulations as well. Shane Warne likewise. And the crowd are up as one to celebrate their hero's 10,000th run. And as soon as he strolled through for the single, they all stood up and brought their signs with them to celebrate it. So now we might see a bit more of a relaxed Tendulkar.
Just a few signs that they've frustrated Tendulkar by cutting down on his boundaries. I think congratulations there from Shane Warne on the 10,000 as he completed that single. Just wide of Steve Waugh.
Two mates appreciating what Tendulkar's achieved, Steve Waugh.
Batting.
Wonderful shot from Tendulkar. Again, Warne decided to float one up to try and entice Tendulkar to come out of his crease. He did that, and all the way along the ground to the right hand of cover. Lovely cover drive against the leg spinner. His first boundary in 22 deliveries faced.
Big shout there, but umpire not interested.
Well, I assume it should have been called a wide if the umpire's not going to give him out, caught behind. Shane Warne asking again, but only one appeal normally is required to get the answer. So down leg side, and Gilchrist went up, not really positively. Laxman gave it a bit of a wry shake. Steve Waugh came in from his position at short mid-wicket as well to appeal. But Laxman is still there. He's on 31.
Work, Rick! Down on!
By the reaction of the two Australians, Warne and at Steve Waugh, they still believe that there was an edge.
Bowling, Shane, work!
You don't see those two blokes really carrying on too long. But Shane Warne still not happy. Down leg side. And straight away the appeal.
Oh, good shot. Very good shot. Straight over the top for 4. Well, you don't get him much better than that. He didn't try and force this. He caressed it over the top of the umpire's head.
7 runs already in this over. This was crucial for India. The pressure was coming on the Indian batsmen to score some runs because of some good bowling and good field placement. But taking a good risk, a very sensible one. Lakshman hitting straight down the pitch.
Oh!
Again straight down the pitch, but this was a slower ball. So 8 runs from the Neil Harvey over. Ian Harvey over, I should be saying. Slow ball, which went the other way, so he played with the angle and with the spin straight.
And once again, as he got this away, he's looked at his bat. I think this will be his half century. He looked at his bat. He's looking at the umpire now. 4 is signalled. Another 4. That time that little upright sweep shot he plays. So Sachin Tendulkar has registered another half century.
Second landmark in his innings. First one, of course, a major one. 10,000 runs completed in one-day international cricket. And yet another 50. At the one-day level, 53. Coming at a good strike rate in spite of playing well within himself.
Oh, he was going to go after that one. Checked his shot, 121 for 1. Right over his head, that's well played. Tendulkar picking the spot there. He won't get it to the boundary, mind you. But hitting it into exactly the place where no fielders are. And that's why he was able to hit it in the air that way.
Well, of course, that run out, you remember, Tendulkar had that mishap with VVS Lakshman. So one thing he does well, Tendulkar, he adjusts with his running partner. He hasn't batted long enough with VVS Lakshman. So this is the time when he will be studying his partner as far as his running between the wicket is concerned. And when he ran that first run of the first ball of this over, just got the feeling that he's getting used to VVS Lakshman. He's not trying to get any close calls going as far as running between the wicket is concerned. He's taking it easy between the wickets with his partner, Lakshman on strike.
Down the ground, in the air, and that'll be 4. Oh, was it 6? It was close. 4, just short of the rope. Well, that brings up his half century as well. So VVS Lakshman is continuing his good form here. Tendulkar and Lakshman together. That is entertainment for you.
And both batsmen have reached their 50s, so it can only get better now. What a shot to get to that landmark.
Oh, and short delivery. Certainly went through wide. The umpire signalling wide there. Warren's not having a great time of it with this umpire. He's gone down the leg side a little bit. Oh, that beats the field too. This should be 4. This outfield is lightning fast. Into the fence she goes. Slightly offline. Another 4 off Ward.
This is excellent batsmanship by VVS Lakshman. after hitting the leg spinner straight down the pitch, and a field that is set especially for shots straight down the wicket, plays one very square. And that sweeper cover was really there for the drive.
Oh, he's got that away nicely. That's a beautifully executed little dab outside the off stump to the boundary for 4. Tendulkar taking advantage of the fact that the ball was slightly offline, and he's nudged it past the gloves of the keeper for 4.
And ever so slightly offline. Slow ball pushed through the air though. So there was a bit of pace for Tendulkar to play this shot. He played it ever so fine. And he loves these delicate shots.
Well, he's flicked that away on the offside. He really is starting to play some interesting little shots. That's fielded down on the boundary at fine leg. Here's some bad news for Australia. Has just emanated from the dressing room downstairs. Apparently Lehman has got a slightly strained hamstring. And that being the case, he's obviously going to be restricted a bit when his turn comes to bat. And this is where it happened. He was stretching out down here and went down and slightly strained his leg. He's been off the ground since then. Straight over the top. Is it going to go all the way? Sachin's hit this one hard. Bounces away down to the boundary for 4. That's the end of the over. 11 runs off that one.
And again, that paddle sweep. Fine. And with the best result possible. 4 more.
Yes, nicely played. Just flicks it away. 17 runs have been scored off Tendulkar's last 6 balls received. He's on strike now again, and there he goes again. That little flick around the corner. He'll come back for the second.
Now that's cheeky. That's smart play by Tendulkar. A pretty good delivery has been dispatched to the boundary.
About the only thing Steve Waugh can do to negate this shot is to put a slip in. Just a little flick of the wrist at the last second to make sure that he kept it away from the keeper. He didn't want it to go too square.
That smash back. There is long off, but he can only watch the ball go past the boundary line. That's hit with tremendous power by Tendulkar.
Really is brilliant batting. Not many places where he can hit a boundary with ease. And even that one wasn't with ease. It was just the placement and the power.
Just opening the face of the blade this time to get another couple. He's batting very intelligently. That's picked away on the onside. Another boundary. 10 of the first 3 balls.
Well, this is the problem with having to use a lot of part-time bowling. It's all right against lesser players, and it's all right when the bowler comes on and his team is on top. But when you're up against the class of Tendulkar in blazing form...
Again hammered back. This is glorious batting. That's gone off the bat at the rate of knots.
This is in magnificent form, Tendulkar. Not much a part-timer can do against this. And at the other end, you've got Laxman, who's a very good player, also in good form.
Another misfield. This time they'll settle for the single. As he went past 10,000 today. First man ever to do it. There's also a chance of him achieving another milestone. That's 100 coming up here. Also, he's got 98 wickets. So he could take 100 wickets today.
Yes, I think that's the way that Tendulkar would be thinking. Just adds a nice little touch to it. If you pass 10,000 and go on and get the 100, people just remember it so much more vividly.
No ball signal. Lovely shot down the ground. 5 added to the score. And full marks to Lakshman here. He's matching Tendulkar shot for shot.
Glorious shot there from Laxman. Ponting is pretty deep at mid-on, but he had absolutely no chance. A bonus run there for India.
And he's got that fine. That's 100 for Tendulkar. His 28th in one-day internationals. His 6th against the Australians. And it's on a day when he's passed 10,000 runs in one-day internationals.
Well, he's been attempting to play this fine sweep shot on a number of occasions. And he just got a touch on it at the right time to take him to 100. So it's been a memorable day for Tendulkar. 10,000 runs, and now he's scored a century. Century number 28.
And another staggering statistic, his last 50 coming off just 28 balls. 28 hundreds. No! Again, the placement is superb. 2 men on the boundary line. And once again, he's bisected the gap. Problems here for Seawar. This batsmanship is of the highest quality.
Yes, I think Tendulkar's got much more than 100 on his mind. It was a no ball into the bargain.
Hammered down the ground. 1 bounce over long on.
What must be really worrying Steve Waugh is that his team hasn't bowled all that badly. But this batting has been of such high class, but they're just ripping the attack apart.
Well, the Australian attack here in danger of being taken to the cleaners. 9 runs again already of this over.
And there haven't been any gifts today from India. The big improvement has been in the running between wickets. The batting, well, the class is always there, but they have been gifting some wickets to the Australians, not today.
You can already see the odd ball keeping low. Just dying after pitching. What must be frustrating for the Australians is both these players have not looked like getting out, even whilst taking their chances. Tendulkar wanting to, slight hesitation, but Lakshman makes his ground. Tendulkar pushing Lakshman on.
I think that might be very close. In fact, I don't think he's got there. Laxman cannot keep up with Tendulkar. And he started so well. His running between the wickets was so good, but I've got to say he's either tired or he doesn't really understand the requirements. Well, the Australian players aren't jumping for joy, but now they are, so it looks like he's probably out. By the Australians' reaction, yes, he's out. So, brilliant throw from Andrew Symonds in the deep. Let's not forget that. Deep mid-off and a brilliant throw. And the bails, they have been broken. So, VVS Laxman again involved in a run at this time his own. Yeah, so that's the end of VVS Laxman. He has been run out, and he's been run out as a result of some pretty ordinary running. Just watch this. The shot's played. Away she goes. Now, this was a good throw. There's no doubt about that. In comes, and he's got a very strong arm. And Laxman running to the far end there. Just sloppy running by him. So 83, the score 231 for 2. Saurav Ganguly has arrived at the crease, and he now has joined Tendulkar, and he's out there because of this run out. Lovely flat throw, just a little bit wide for Gilchrist, but it was nice and flat on the bounce, which gave Simons in Australia a chance, but very sloppy and lazy running by Laxman. And although it's close, it's out by a long way in the context of where he was running to. And Ganguly comes out of form. Normally opens the batting. Today coming in at number 4. Yes, look at Tendulkar. He's got it all over his partner, who actually pauses there, and the throw goes to the other end. Well, you know, one would have to say that when he looks at that, he'll be saying to himself, well, I really should be backing myself up a little bit. Tendulkar leaving him for dead in terms of speed. Oh, it's in the air. He's going to be out. Ganguly's going to be out for a duck. It's up there, and he's got him. That's the end of Ganguly. Not a very clever shot in the circumstances. You would have thought that sort of Ganguly would have just pushed it around and given it to Tendulkar, as in such fantastic form. He's gone for the big booming cover drive, hit it straight up in the air. Very bad batting. The bloke at the other end's on 122. All he has to do is push it around, plenty of gaps, and he charged down the pitch to Australia's best bowler today, and he's out without troubling. There is no man who has scored 200 in one-day internationals. There is a lady, Belinda Clark, did it for Australia, 227. So we can't say it's never happened. It has. But in the ladies' international cricket, Sachin could be the first man. Mind you, he's got a way to go yet. Oh, that's close. That one did swing in. Oh, that was close. It came in, and he wasn't a long way forward. Perhaps it did too much. He may have put a bit of bat on it too. Fleming not happy. He signalled leg byes. Let's have a look at the. Let's just have a look and see how much this swings. Well, Damien Fleming's had 2 very good shouts, and now the umpire's telling him to calm down. He had rather close early in the day, and didn't look like Tendulkar was too far away from his crease. In fact, he was behind the front line, and it did a lot, the delivery. But gee, if you hit a player behind the front line, you've got to be close. Well, when you look at where he let the ball go from, he's not close to the stumps. He lets the ball go from wide. It swings in a long way. It's a terrific delivery. Right, now just watch this. Just let's see where he lets it go from. Right there. So he's letting the ball go from about here. And then when you consider that it pitches there and it's swinging in and hits him around about there, it really is moving a long way. So I just think that if he was closer to the stumps, he'd have so much, decidedly better chance of getting an LBW. Yeah, he's getting a bit irritated, isn't he, now? Fleming has had a couple of goes at the umpire, who's told him to settle down. Boy, but he's got some swing going. Yeah, genuine world-class swing bowler, Fleming, and he really seems to have got it going late. So he's got Tendulkar back on strike. Yes, last summer down in Australia, Kerry O'Keefe and I got involved in a little debate about getting close to the stumps. For some reason, Kerry O'Keefe has got this theory that if you bowl from wide, it can be useful. I hope you're listening, Kerry. Have a look at this. No way in the world you can get given out LBW when the ball's moving that far. You bowl from that wide of the stumps. And any of you youngsters listening out there, get close. Oh, he's hit that one. This could be the first 6. Is it going all the way? Yes, it is. Badani
Badani has decided to go for it with the spin. He's taken Shane Warne and smashed him right over the top of the mid-wicket boundary. That's a good shot.
Lovely shot with the turn of Shane Warne. Tendulkar's talking to him. I just guess he's saying, if you want to do that, that's fine, but if you can't do that, hit a single, give me the strike. But this is a lovely left-hander shot to the leg spinner. High and a long way over the little fence.
Great shot. Magnificent shot.
This is a marvelous shot. Straight, nearly missing the stumps. Look at the face of the bat here. That's the key. Full face of the bat at the point of impact. Once he got the strike, he's made the most of it. He's moved on to 132 with a glorious straight drive.
How can you tell that Glenn McGrath's a bit flat? Well, when he gets hit for 4 and there's absolutely no reaction, you know that McGrath is a little flat, perhaps because he was expecting to have this game off, had mentally got himself ready for a day off rather than the day of bowling. Perhaps that has contributed, but he certainly was flat in his opening spell. Great shot again. Beautiful placement from Badani.
And it's very difficult now to keep the spirits up for McGrath. The 6th boundary being scored of him today. Came in at the last minute into the team with that illness to Bracken. But what a cover drive this is. We've seen a few of those in Pune from Hemant Badani. Good stride in.
There was a tied match between Trouble at the other end, and he's out with a direct hit. So the run-outs have struck again despite all the hard work done by the Indians.
Well, to be fair to Badani, I think he was convinced there was the second run in it. It was his call, but Tendulkar preferring to be on strike, which could be a help for the team as well. But to find fault with Badani, he was a bit too insistent on the second. Tendulkar had shown no inclination to come back. It's an unfortunate end to what would have been a very good innings. Played a good hand, Badani. 268 for 4. And I think he made it very clear and very early at that he wasn't interested in the second. Although, mind you, there were 2 runs in it, and Badani is a quick enough runner to have made it comfortably. But if I was in Badani's position, I would have said, oh, Tendulkar wants to be on strike, let him be. But 2 run-outs in the first 4 of the Indian team again in the second one-day international. Dead ball signal by umpire Vijay Chopra. Maybe a sound might have distracted Harvey. Dinesh Mongia was the 3rd batsman run out in that last match, and he was close to getting 2 in a row for himself. Badani was the last man gone, and by a few yards. Direct hit as well. Vijay Dahiya to come in next, and Agarkar as well. So 2 batsmen who can throw their bat around. Ganguly failing again, gone for duck.
Great shot. He's found the gap, and it was almost a Yorker.
After his individual score of 110 odd, the going has been a bit tough for Tendulkar. Hasn't got the strike enough, but whenever he's got a ball to face, he's made the most of it. This was really right up there in the block hole, bit of width.
That'll be away to the boundary. Just got a bit of wood on it. In fact, it's called leg byes. I thought he might have got a bit of wood on it.
Well, he used his feet knowing that once he does that, the length will get shorter, so he was prepared to just heave it on the leg side with the fielder inside the circle. Big area there to score runs. Didn't get his bat on that, but his team surely benefited.
And this is going to be out. Bounced out by Glenn McGrath. So Sachin Tendulkar, on the day that he reaches 10,000 runs, also makes a century.
Short ball again, and good selection of shot. Just got a bit high on him. And good catch by Fleming. Tendulkar looking at the umpire just to confirm that the ball wasn't high enough to be called a no ball. But he got his 10,000th run in one-day cricket today, and also got his 100. 139 for him. Yet another one-day 100.
That's fairly close. Change of pace. And Gurkha had gone quite a long way across his crease.
Does start off very tentatively, Ajit Agarkar. Slower ball, so deceived by the pace. Went through with the shot and hitting in line. I think he's a bit lucky to survive that one. McGrath was convinced. And it's again hurry on the umpire being asked the question.
Big shout from Harvey, and this time he is out, LBW. Once again, beaten by that slower ball. I don't think Gurkha watches the hand anywhere near closely enough.
It's just too shaky to start with. And one of the reasons is not watching the ball closely enough, not concentrating on the most important thing, is the ball, how it comes off the hand. He needs a few balls in the middle of the bat earlier on to get some confidence going, then he can be a dangerous player. But not on this occasion. Gone for one, 282 for 6.
Gone. That one stayed down and was right on line. So Vijay Dahir didn't benefit from the change in the batting order at all.
A few of the Australian fielders also having a look at the pitch. Complete lack of bounce here. Dug in short and should have come higher. Not a great delivery to get when you're new at the crease. Vijay Dahir was comprehensively bowled by McGrath for a duck, the second one of the innings.
India falling apart here, 283 for 7. Glenn McGrath taking his 200th wicket in one-day international. Zahir Khan, the new batsman. McGrath, the third Australian to achieve that level, and they should have taken a second on the misfield. Glenn McGrath following in the footsteps of Craig McDermott and Shane Warne.
Bowled Vijay Dahir is the 200th wicket for Glenn McGrath. Kept low. A nice and straight was the delivery. And it found its mark. Off stump, bent back.
133 matches for his 200 wickets. Chance here for McGrath. It's 201. So there's a fair chance that India are going to be bowled out, which may be an indication that this pitch is nowhere near as easy as Sachin Tendulkar made it look.
It wasn't a very convincing shot either by Dinesh Mongia. He looked like he was shaping to play on the onside, maybe the pull shot. In the end, realized he wasn't in a great position. Straightforward catch to Glenn McGrath. Dinesh Mongia gone for 4, and 284 for 8 is India now.
It's going to land just short of the man in the deep.
It's not an easy pitch for a new batsman. It's on the slower side, and with the bowlers tending to bowl a variety of slow deliveries, Zahir Khan again struggling to get the right timing because of that uncertainty in the pace.
That's a good shot from Harbhajan. Just what India needed. 293 for 8. So here, just looking to give himself a little bit of room there.
When you have youngsters with spirit, there's always some hope. Harbhajan Singh has plenty of it, using the pace of the ball, and a very cunning shot for a number 10 batsman, and played it well. 4 important runs for India.
For 48, Glenn McGrath. Pretty good comeback after he looked very flat in his first spell, and even early in his second spell looked flat. But he's hit back to pick up his 200th wicket. Very close to off stump.
He'll remember being bowled in identical fashion in the last one day. McGrath will give nothing in that good length area for him to play that big shot that he plays so well in the mid-wicket area, right up there in the block hole. And because the line is outside the off stump, not too many chances of that inner edge going past the wicket keeper on the leg side. You can only edge it onto your stumps. Good comeback.
Harbhajan should get 2 here.
They like to bat together, Harbhajan Singh and Zaheer Khan. Because they didn't quite time it, Harbhajan Singh had the time to really sprint back for the second. He's number 3 on the all-time wicket takers list. Glenn McGrath for Australia. Shane Warne heading with 249. McDermott on 203. Now Glenn McGrath at number 3.
Straight to cover. So they need a couple from the last delivery to take it up to 300. Harbhajan, the man who hit the winning runs in the final test match to decide the series, has an opportunity here to bring up the 300. Zahir's in a position to come for 2, but Harbhajan can't get back there. So India 299 for 8 from their 50 overs, and Srinath has bowled quite tidily so far in this series. There was a period where he opted out of the one-day international side, but he's had a pretty tidy series so far. Perhaps cut back his pace just a little bit, concentrated on good line and length.
And looks a lot more relaxed, Srinath. Maybe knowing that one-day cricket is not really his top priority. It's helped him to relax and bowl even better.
Pitching outside leg.
One bowler who manages to get sideways movement on most pitches. This ball coming in sharply to the left-hander. Pitched outside leg and was missing leg as well. Some movement for Srinath after the ball pitched. No, said Vijay Chopra, the umpire.
That's well run. You can pick that hollow sound that Ravi Shastri was talking about earlier when Adam Gilchrist is waiting for the bowler to come in. He's tapping away with the bat, and you can hear that hollow sound of the pitch.
Okay, center. Yeah, center.
Yes, we've seen enough of this pitch to know that can hear that sound that Ian Chappell was talking about. It's not as hard as the pitch was in Bangalore. Nehru Stadium normally is a hard pitch, the Nehru Stadium of Pune that I'm talking about. But here in Indore, doesn't seem to be hard all the way down.
Good delivery from Srinath, and the ball staying down a little bit. That's not what the Australians want to see, with such a big chase on their hands.
Again, some sideways movement for Srinath, a very orthodox player, Damien Martin, very stylish. I can see that bounce, not true on this pitch. 299 would seem a good total if that bounce keeps getting uncertain.
That's one thing that the Indians are going to have to do very well. Save the singles. There's always going to be a lot of boundaries on this ground. The outfield is extremely fast. And also, there'll be a little bit of a tendency to panic in the outfield because it is a bit rough. You want to make absolutely sure that you've got your eye on the ball all the way in the outfield. Martin off the mark. And that's how fast the field is. That ran away for 2. Australia 3 without loss. Srinath, and as soon as there was a fumble, Gilchrist was off.
Ganguly at the time of the toss said he preferred a seamer in the side to a spinner so that he can rely more on a seamer under pressure. That was the reason for him to include Ajit Agarkar. He wanted somebody he could count on when the pressure is on. And by playing the 3 seamers, Agarkar, Khan and Srinath, on a pitch like this, just helped the scores. Harbhajan Singh, the only genuine spinner in the side. Sachin Tendulkar obviously will be called upon to bowl. Dinesh Mongia was having a bit of a bowl this morning, so he could be tried. He's a left-arm spinner, apart from being a batsman. But really, the pitch will be seen how good it is as to how the bowlers bowl on it.
Excellent shot. 4 runs. Really does thump that cut shot.
Just the perfect length, short enough and wide enough. No chance for point. The bounce also just right for him to get his bat on top of the ball. A strong cutter and puller.
There wasn't much room there, but he's managed to guide it away to the boundary. That's terrific timing.
Yes, it's the timing that got the ball to travel so quickly. And when it is played behind square, it goes lightning quick. The timing and the pace of the ball all helping it. And no chance for Srinath, who was just about maybe 10 yards away from the ball. The second boundary for the left-hander.
It was going to be a wide if he hadn't hit it for 4.
think the Indian bowlers will realize very shortly that this is a good line to bowl, close to the batsman. Dinesh Mongia, the fielder, couldn't stop it cleanly. Couple of runs to the right-hander, but Zahir Khan was a bit too wide in that last over. They've got to get close to the batsman on a pitch like this and encourage them to play straight down the wicket.
Width there and 4. It's one of his favourite shots, the square drive.
Bit of width, and Damon Martin gave everything. More of a drive than a cut. Square of the pitch. No chance for the fielder at point. Hemang Badani, who is a left-hander anyway, so went to his unnatural side. No chance.
Very good timing again, even though that ball did seem to stay down.
Needs support from the fielders, these fast bowlers. Srinath not happy with the effort of Dinesh Mongia. Just hear the groan here. Srinath not very vocal, but he was not happy. It's important for the Indian fielders to raise themselves. If they give the impression that they're not really out there wanting to make things happen, the Australians can run away with the game very quickly. I think they've got a decent score on the board, just like they did in Pune. 249 was a good score on that pitch. Just got to show the opponents they're out there fighting, even if they don't get wickets at regular intervals. And Vijay Daya doing exactly the same thing now, encouraging his teammates. VVS Lakshman as well from first slip. And good fielding will always help. Lakshman and Dahiya from slip and wicket keeping position, trying to rally their men around.
Brilliant shot. Realised he just had to punch it into the gap. That's a good over for Australia. 34 without loss. Chase that to mid-on. The ball just kept running away from Ganguly.
The quick outfield, and to make matters worse, it's not a big ground. Adam Gilchrist didn't quite middle it because he came down the pitch and got everything behind the ball. The captain had to go to ground to stop that one, saved a run.
Australia making a good start. Got a big chase ahead of them. And you get the feeling that this section of the innings, with the ball hard and new, is probably going to be the easiest for batting. It's a matter of how much India hold their nerve and how well they bowl.
Can't do that to an Indian captain. Can't have a new guy like Andrew Simmons doing that. We have a different cricket culture here in India.
Way behind square leg, well away from the man in the deep. Gilchrist is really taking it to the Indian bowlers.
Very soon Ganguly would be thinking of getting a spinner on in the first 15 overs. This one is picked. More in line. Great wrist work there to get it safely on the onside.
Oh, he's got him caught behind. Yes, Damien Martin is out. Persistent bowling of a lengthened line. Just a little bit of movement on that off stump.
Martin has really got a big nick on that one. He's gone.
Important wicket for the Indians. There's good bowling by Srinath. Martin looking to hit on the up, bat away from the body. Just a little bit of movement off the seam, and that was good enough for Srinath to take the outside edge. Australia have lost their first wicket. Martin departs, 46 for 1.
The first movement that's getting him into trouble, although that was in the slot, and that'll be 4. So that might just relieve the pressure a little bit, and that brings up the 50 for Australia.
Yes, what he needs is a couple of shots of that kind. On that last occasion, he was looking to play straight, which was good, not across the line. Meets the ball right under his eyes, gets the timing right, and offers the full face of the blade, which is good.
Oh, he's hit that one like a rocket into the fence it goes. Boy, when he has a go at them, especially when he hits the ball straight down the ground, they do fly off the bat. He is as strong as an ox.
Yes, there are a few shots that have been hit harder than this today. Can hit on the up, but nice full face of the blade. Not trying to hit it square. And that's rocketed to the fence. Just extending his arms, hitting through the line. So Gilchrist looking to break free here.
Gilchrist has had a great time on this tour. He really has embraced India. This is the totals here in India, in Indore, the highest team totals. You can see there that Australia features back in the season of 1984. Made 236 for 4. There was a tie here as well. Oh, he's hit that one beautifully. That is a magnificent shot. Well, that would be one of the shots of the day. A straight 6, whistling off the centre of the bat.
Now, how easy did that look? That's gone a long way over long off. That's superb timing. Again, hitting through the line, hitting it cleanly. Looked to have put in minimum of effort, but the ball's gone a long way. So already 10 of this over. Just showing how dangerous a player he can be when in full flow.
Well, that's 4 as well. Zahir Khan, I'm afraid to say, is really getting clobbered. He's going for over 7 and over. Just have another look at the 6.
Just extending his arms and hitting that a long way, but the shot after that was also a brilliant shot. Leaning into it, everything right about it. The placement good too. 14 of the first 4. Those are the kind of overs Australia need in the first 15.
And that one's short, and that'll go for 4 as well. Well, Zahir Khan is seriously taking some punishment now. Perhaps he's bowled just one over too many. It might have been a bad idea to get him off while the going was good at the end of his last over.
Yes, he's into his 6th over here. Getting too close to leg stump. He was just trying to roll his fingers on that one, bowl the off cutter. But the line wasn't right on that occasion. And Gilchrist just helping it on its way.
"22 runs off the over. That is a magnificent straight drive at 70 for 1. Oh, he's got that one away too, and this will bounce down to the boundary for 4. So yet another 4. Well, that's brought up his half century. Gilchrist getting there in fine style. He's really getting stuck into the bowlers here now. The Australian supporters obviously enjoying every minute of this. They're after a very big score, the Australians. They've got to score 300, and at the moment they've got the asking rate under 6 and over. The air, and he's smacked it through the offside. Will he get to the boundary? It will. Lovely shot, some nice confident boosting runs for Adam Gilchrist off Harbhajan Singh. The Terminator is on.
What is amazing is the mixture of hitting that we're seeing here. We're seeing some lusty blows, hard hits. In between all that, some glorious shots where it's almost everything is copybook. The most perfect cover drive you'll get to see.
And clipped away nicely. In fact, they may go all the way to the fence. It does. Nice and square in front of the umpire. So Ricky Ponting has come out and he's going to play his shots. And he just needs a bit of luck.
The fast bowler is not able to keep the runs down for India. Harbhajan Singh has been introduced, and very soon you'll see another slow bowler in action from the other end. Angled in onto the pads. Easy picking, this one for Ricky Ponting. Weight nicely forward.
And 4 more. So the one-handed boundary to Ricky Ponting, just getting up on his toes, and just the bottom hand being lost. So Australia, a nice smattering of boundaries in this 15th over.
Needs to get onto the front foot, the weight very much forward, which meant 2 hands were not required. He could do it with just one hand. Just have a look here. Getting into the ball, weight in the direction of the shot.
And Australia really is reversing the trend of their normal play in the last few years. A lot of boundaries to Australia and not very many singles, which is the flip side to how they've normally played in the first 15 overs of recent times. Just 11 singles.
Three seamers in the Indian team today, and they've all got a bit of a beating from the Australians. And I thought Harbhajan Singh was introduced a little late, because what the Indians really want is wickets. And because the bounce has not been as uneven as one would expect.
Get it!
Dropped him. So Ganguly's nightmare continues here in Indore. A 3rd ball duck today, and then a chance to get rid of the most dangerous player in the Australian lineup, and he grasped it.
The spinners will pick wickets for you, Ganguly. And that carried.
Really thought that Singh should have come on the moment that Ponting came to the crease. Gilchrist wouldn't be able to just flay his bat if Singh was at the crease. And Gilchrist should have been gone as well, but Ganguly put it down.
Really, a decision to get the spinner on shouldn't be guided by the fact about the 15 overs where the field restrictions apply. Just get the feeling Ganguly was just waiting for the 15 overs to be completed to get his spinners on. I think Sachin Tendulkar should be called on to bowl earlier than required. Adam Gilchrist trying to heave it on the leg side, and a chance.
Lovely shot.
Sachin Tendulkar, the number 10 man for India. That's the number on his shirt. And today the 10,000 man for India. Completed 10,000 runs in one-day international cricket. And when he has the ball in his hand, another little landmark there. 98 wickets for him in one-day international. So that will be another 1-0-0.
Sachin 10,000 Dulkar. And no footwork, and dropped. So Gilchrist has been dropped in consecutive overs. I'm not sure if he lost the ball on that occasion. He just seemed to play it one-handed, as though he's just swatting a fly away from his feet. Gilchrist riding his luck. And Harbhajan Singh immediately back online, his first ball.
You just cannot afford to drop Adam Gilchrist, especially when he's in this form. I don't think Vijay Dahiya was expecting that edge to come at him. His view may have been covered by Adam Gilchrist himself. It was a leading edge that came to him.
Oh, yeah.
He has a few problems this line. Adam Gilchrist, when the ball doesn't spin and comes in, is the spot of bother. Good bowling by Agarkar to get the leading edge. And didn't have the good look of the ball edging, but it's something that you've got to expect as a keeper. And by the time he realized that the ball was onto him, maybe a bit too late. And in the end, just falling short of time. Vijay Dahiya couldn't get in on the second attempt.
And he's hit a full toss straight down Ganguly's throat.
Adam Gilchrist can't believe it. A full toss outside off stump. And he hit it straight down the throat of the man who dropped him a couple of overs ago. What a blow for India. Disappointment for Gilchrist. The ball that he would normally hit out of the ground. He just didn't quite get it, and Ganguly took a sharp catch at mid-wicket.
Indians absolutely delighted. Third chance Gilchrist has offered in a very short span of time. 2 were dropped by the Indians, one by Dahiya, one by Ganguly. The third time, Ganguly not feeling charitable enough. Straight to the Indian captain. He had a big opportunity to get a real good score. He's gone for 63, the danger man for India, and 102 for 2 is the score. Good catch by the Indian captain. And it throws it up and then has to run a long distance to catch it back again.
Oh, there's a shot that caused Ponting so many problems during the Test series, and he's just brought it out, and on this occasion he's got a boundary for it. I wouldn't be suggesting he plays that too often against Sabadung Singh. And now a slip in place for Michael Bevan as we have a change in the commentary box. It's Ian Chappell and Ravi Shastri.
Thank you, David. Ajit Agarkar totally surprised with that call from the umpire for wide.
Understandably surprised. Wasn't all that wide.
This is an important period of play now. A new batsman has come out to the centre. From India's point of view, they'd like to pull things back here. Ball's gone a little old. Harbhajan Singh is bowling well. There are 2 bowlers bowling well in tandem for 5 or 6 overs. Then the pressure will mount on the batting side. Good break for Ganguly there. In fact, a lucky break. Gilchrist getting out to a full toss. In the air, taken. Ponting is disgusted with himself. A soft dismissal in the end. And India had picked up their 3rd wicket.
Well, Ricky Ponting is such a good back foot player. It sometimes mystifies me why he's in such a hurry to get onto the front foot. You see him driving at a ball that was about waist height, and he'd really come forward to it. He's gone for 23, and it's 111 for 3.
Ajit Agarkar continuing. Steve Waugh is the new man out in the centre. India picking up a couple of wickets in quick succession. And now the pressure on the Australian captain.
Ricky Ponting once again trying to drive a ball on the front foot that's about waist height. Seen him get out like that a few times, and because he is such a good back foot player, I don't understand why he's so keen to get on the front foot. He could have driven that one off the back foot very comfortably. He's on the back foot to that delivery. He gives himself an extra half a metre and just that fraction longer in time to play the ball instead of playing it with the splice of the bat as he did. There's a good chance he would have been hitting it in the middle of the bat, and the other thing about it, he would have had much more opportunity to place the ball.
That's excellent running by Bevan.
I think Tendulkar just asking him if the captain, if he shouldn't be in just a few metres, because Bevan is so quick. Steve Waugh runs well with Bevan.
He's bowled him here. Harbhajan Singh is struck. Bevan looking to cut. And India have picked up another important wicket. In fact, a very big one. Michael Bevan out.
Well, he's troubled all Australians with that delivery that goes straight on. Michael Bevan, on that occasion, just getting an underneath edge to help it on. The ball staying down a little bit. And this is a very good spell from Harbhajan. It's 122 for 4.
Andrew Simons has come out to the middle. Australia have got themselves into a spot of bother, and this is the last man to go. Michael Bevan is the batsman. This one a little too close to him to play that cut shot. In the end, getting the inside edge and ball going back and hitting the stumps. Second wicket for Harbhajan Singh. Again, this delivery not all that short for the cut shot to be attempted. Now Andrew Simons, he's a powerful striker of the ball. Expecting the ball to turn sharply, Bevan there.
That's round about the line he wants with Andrew Simons. He wants him trying to drive through the offside, perhaps even a little more towards off stump. He'll try and get to the offside to work the ball away with the spin. The straight one might cause Simons a few problems.
He's off the mark here with 2. Again, they all go up here. The finger's gone up. Agarkar has struck. Simons was looking to cut. And one just got the feeling even he may have got the inside edge. Definite noise. And the Australians in trouble now. They've lost half their side.
Well, it was either inside edge or it flicked the pad on the way through. It was very close, and the ball coming back into the right-hander to cut may have clipped the top of the pad, but that's not what the umpire thought, and that's all that matters. So Andrew Simons' innings ends on 5. It's 127 for 5.
Darren Lehman is the new man out there for the Australians. He's replaced Andrew Simons. Ajit Agarkar has picked up his second wicket. And this is how Simons was dismissed.
Well, Simons was disappointed in leaving the crease, and I think probably because he was a bit late with the shot. The ball just flicked the pad on the way through. Noise would have been just a fraction of a second late. You see there, the bat was very late. That would have been an indicator to the umpire that the ball just flicked the pad. Lehman forced to bat at number 7 because of an injury while he was fielding. Normally Lehman would have been batting well before the number 7 spot, but because he was injured today and he's off the field for a large part of the innings, means that he's forced to bat at number 7.
So Australia were going along nicely when Gilchrist and Ponting were going. And suddenly, after the loss of Gilchrist's wicket, they've lost their way here. Lost 4 wickets quickly. Wide. 2 wickets for Agarkar, 2 for Harbhajan. Now this is Simons again.
Well, the main thing to look for is when the bat comes down. Now, the ball is passed when the bat comes down. And the noise is the ball flicking the pad. But the bat was very late in getting there. The ball had gone past.
What the Indians will try and do is try and dry up the boundaries now. Another look at this. Look at this sneakometer. It goes when the ball actually passes the pad. It's past the bat now. Nothing. So that's where the ball just kisses the pad. So that's the sound the umpire heard. Another one gone. Loose shot from Lehman. Agarkar has struck again, the second time in this over. And Australia at this stage looking down the barrel. They've lost their 6th wicket.
Well, the innings in tatters with this dual spell really getting India on top in the match. Firstly, Harbhajan coming on, getting a wicket, and then Agarkar chipping in at the other end. Just getting the ball to swing a bit, getting the old ball to swing, that causes it to come off the outside edge. And Darren Lehman is gone. Agarkar's got 3 wickets in this spell, and it's 129 for 6.
So at the halfway stage of the Australian innings, Australia 129 for 6. Harbhajan Singh and Ajit Agarkar between them have picked up 5 wickets.
Picked up 5 wickets and also had a chance dropped. Ian Harvey coming in at the fall of the 6th wicket. Still a good player, good stroke maker. Lehman had to come in at number 7 because of an injury, but didn't last long, hitting that one straight to Badani at backward point. Ball swinging away a little bit. Difficult to drive on the rise because the pitch is holding up a little.
What an amazing turnaround in this Australian innings. They've lost their last 5 wickets in 6 overs. This is the last man to go. Looking to hit on the up, just finding Badani there at backward point. That's why on a surface like this, so important once you get your eye in, that you go on to play a major innings. The Indians did that. Harvey now not picking that straighter one from Harbhajan. That's through him as well. He's troubled every batsman.
Tell you what, we keep reading about the great depth in Australian cricket, particularly in batting, but you take the War Twins out of the Australian batting lineup and it makes a huge hole.
130 for 6. Ajit Agarkar here will continue, and in the commentary box, Tony Gregg and David Hooks.
Thank you, Ravi. Well, Steve Waugh doing his best to save the day here. Back for the second. However, he's part of the selection committee and part of the team that wants rotation. And, of course, today it was the Australian decision to go into this match without their in-form batsman, Matthew Hayden. And, well, had it not been for flu to Bracken, they would have gone into the match without their 2 leading cricketers. They would have got out there without McGrath and without Matthew Hayden. And that being the case, I have no sympathy for their plight right now. None whatsoever. Can you imagine what would have happened in this place had the Indians decided to leave out Javagal Srinath and Sachin Tendulkar for this game? Probably been a riot on the ground. Probably asked for their money back.
I totally agree, Tony. It really just astounds me that Australia continues to justify this rotation system by saying that the team is just as good no matter what they do. Well, there's only been one batsman on this tour who's been successful from day one, that's Hayden. And McGrath, along with Gillespie, have been one of the 2 best bowlers. Very good running by Ian Harvey, but it just smacks of not the right thing. I don't think it's the right climate in which teams can rotate. They've sent Gillespie home as well to rest. It smacks of something not quite right in this climate of off-the-field drama with cricket.
Well, I can tell you one of the real good reasons why, as a player, you'd want rotation. You'd want rotation because the older you get, the more you need rotation. That's one of the real good reasons for it. I see an article in this morning, Steve Waugh saying that really worried about player fatigue. So, no, they want the money, but unfortunately they don't want to play enough, and they want to rotate the players at the expense of winning. I suppose they could argue that they've had a pretty good run, and they have, but as soon as they've come up against some good competition in conditions which aren't ideal for the Australians, they have struggled. That's been the case out here. I feel really sorry for Matthew Hayden. Imagine being in great form and being told you have to sit it out.
Absolutely, and if Matthew Hayden comes back in the next match in Vizag and makes a duck, he's going to be entitled to say, well, hang on, I was in good form 3 days ago. It's left me out. I remember Mark Wall being left out in Zimbabwe after making a century. He was most upset.
Yes, the other thing we sometimes forget, David, is that Matthew Hayden waited 6 years for this opportunity. 6 long years to get an opportunity to prove that he was good enough to play for Australia. He proves it. He's going gangbusters, and what do? They rotate him out of the side.
Particularly when the loss of Mark Wall happened because of a genuine injury, then he's the second best player at the moment in form, so they left out Hayden and justify it by saying that the side's as good. Well, certainly not by the scorecard today.
Yes, this is a good performance by India. 134 for 6. Boy, there's going to be dancing in the streets of Indore tonight. They are having a ball here. They've been up very early into the ground, really looking forward to this. And their team haven't let them down. They've played some good cricket. They've seen a century from Tendulkar. They've seen the Indians score 299. And here they are now watching them in the field actually do a tremendous job. Australia 136 for 6 and almost nowhere to go. Girls, boys, young, old, in the ground, outside the ground. In the air, and thank you, Serio to another Aussie. That's a dreadful shot. Closing the face on the bat to a straight ball. Harbhajan Singh has got them in a tiz.
Well, they're even signalling success outside the ground, and why wouldn't they be? Ian Harvey, who played a similar shot the last over, obviously didn't learn from it. It went just perilously close to Harbhajan Singh. On this occasion, he just lobbed it back. And soft is used occasionally for dismissals, but that was like butter. 136 for 7.
They're about to go down 2-1 in this Pepsi Cup. Shane Warner's out there because of this dismissal.
Ian Harvey back coming right from gully through to mid-wicket, then stopping and presenting the simplest of catches seen here at Indore. So Australia has lost 6 for 25 of 51 deliveries.
That was a beautiful top spinner, mind you. You could see the rotation on the ball. That one's gone for 4 down a fine leg. Let's just watch this top spinner, the overspin delivery. There we are. Ball spinning and then kicking as it hit, bounces a little bit, and Harvey was out of his depth. Harbhajan got a very, very delicate little change there. 3 for 27 off 7.3 overs. He's conceded 3.6 an over, but he's caused chaos. So has Ajit Gurkha. He's taken 3 for 38. No. Shane Warne is definitely keen to get down the wicket. Don't be surprised if he tries to dispatch Harbhajan Singh into the stands.
I think he's on the theory now that he wants to get to the ball before the ball gets to him. The stumping chance is a real possibility, but so is the 6 over mid-wicket.
There it goes. It's in the air. It's going to bounce away down towards the boundary down there. That's 4 to Shane Warne, right into the gap. Well, I don't know what Harbhajan is going to want to do to change the field here. All he's got to do is get it in the right place. It's likely to go straight up, and you're right. There's a stumping, definite possibility of a stumping. So slight adjustments to the field.
I wouldn't worry too much about it if I were Harbhajan Singh. I'd be encouraging Shane Warne to do that for the next couple of overs that he's got left in his spell.
शाबाश दादा बच्ची ऐसे ही शाबाश बच्ची टाइट रखेंगे
Well bowled. Warren on the way down the pitch there. He fired that one in a little bit. Good Yorker, but well played too.
Always a lovely little battle within the battle when two spinners face each other. It's a different sort of battle than when two fast bowlers, one fast bowler is facing his opposite number. But that's the one that went the other way. That was the stumping delivery that Warren didn't leave his crease for. Always nice when spinners are bowling to spinners.
Well, he's hit that one really solidly and right into the gap. So that's one of his favourite shots.
No.
Oh, and never so close. Oh, no, well, no ball called anyhow.
Well, the man at the other end wouldn't have done that. He would have picked it up with his hand, Steve Waugh, but Shane Warne learning from that. Just got it away in time, although the no ball, of course, negated that possibility of a dismissal, but Warne reacted very quickly.
Oh, he's hit the stumps down the other end. Steve Waugh way out of his ground. Oh, good job. That didn't deflect off his fingers. Right, let's look at the Shane Warne no ball first. Is that a no ball? Well, just, I suppose, on the line.
Ganguly's bowled a few no balls, and Warne didn't hear the no ball call, and he just smacked it away from the stumps. And then Shane Warne played a lovely straight drive. Conk.
Steve Waugh wanting the second setback. A run out here. The throw is good from the deep. Good take by Thaya too. The third umpire has been called for, but Shane Warne's walking. So run out here, leading to the loss of another wicket.
Yeah, Shane Warne actually asked the umpire what he thought, and the umpire was telling Shane Warne that he'd called for the video replay. I think Warne thought that he said that it was out, and he's trying to get the message to Shane Lee. In fact, Shane Lee now coming out to tell him, I think. In fact, he hasn't. Now Shane Warne's got the message. But Shane Warne is well gone. But the umpire is trying to give him the message that he hasn't given him out yet. But it'll soon happen. Shane Warne is well off the ground.
Shane Warne, the last man dismissed, and he was out in this fashion.
Well, he was desperately trying to come back for a second so that Steve Waugh would retain the strike. Good flat throw there from Srinath, and well taken by Dahir. Warne, who'd been sent back, was well short of his ground.
He's gone for the big one. He's skied it up in the air. Tendulkar coming underneath it. And he's not going to make too many mistakes today. It's his day. He's taken the catch. Australia have lost their captain and their 9th wicket.
Might have been a change of pace there from Sourav Ganguly. I think Steve Waugh might have had a few things to say to Ganguly when the Indian captain was batting. I think the Indian captain has just reciprocated on getting the wicket of Steve Waugh. He's gone for 23. It's 172 for 9. And Damien Fleming has just cleared the infield. So quick across the outfield that it's raced away for Ford.
Oh, that's nicely driven. Lovely cover drive. It's beaten Extra cover, and it's beaten the mid-off as well. So nice timing, nice placement. Fleming collecting a 4.
Not noted for his offside shots, Damien Fleming. Generally likes to pull the quickies and hit more through mid-wicket. That's a lovely shot.
And that's it. Caught behind. It's all over. That hit the edge of the bat. It was a very thick nick. Taken by Daya. The Indians have gone into the lead in this series. Before this game started, it was 1-1. Now it's 2-1 to India. And a pretty serious celebration taking place out in the centre.
What a dismal performance by Australia. Bowled out with 14.1 overs remaining of their 50. Adam Gilchrist dropped twice in the 50s, finished up making 63 from 70 balls, and that was about it. Ponting struggled for his 23. Steve Waugh played okay. He also scored 23. Then a bit down the bottom with Shane Warne making 18. But Australia bowled out 118 runs shy of India's total of 299 in just 35.5 overs. For India, well, everybody did their bit. Srinath, 2 wickets. Agarkar and Harbhajan Singh, that man is going to cause nightmares for the Australians for a number of years to come. They took 6 wickets between them and bowled particularly well in the middle of the innings. So that's it. Australia losing, and they now go down 2-1. Let's go to the presentation area with Ravi Shastri.
First of all, I'd like to ask Steve Waugh to come up, please. Well, Steve, tough luck 300 was always going to be a tough ask.
Oh, yeah, we thought we could get close to it. We obviously didn't bat well, and yeah, it was disappointing. We lost quite a few wickets in about 5 or 6 overs there and put us out of the game.
The partnership between Lakshman and Tendulkar was special, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly a good partnership, and it put us under pressure. You know, it was well over 100, and in that situation, you're always going to get a big score.
You got off to a good start, Gilchrist going on well, but between the 20th and 30th over, you lost 5 wickets. That put you back.
Yeah, well, you can't afford to do that in any form of cricket, and especially one-day cricket, and yeah, it definitely lost the game for us.
You won the toss today, decided to field. You surprised with the way the surface played?
Well, I think I won the toss, yeah, but it was a pretty good wicket all round, and yeah, we've just got a few more runs on it.
Now, this rotation policy of yours, which you've been following for some time now, Mark Waugh not fit and Hayden still not playing, can you talk us through that?
Yeah, that's the way we're going about things. We're looking ahead to the World Cup, and we want to give everyone an opportunity to show how good they are in the big matches, and the way you do that is rotating. Occasionally going to lose, but if you stick to the policy, we believe in it, and I think it'll pay off in the long run.
2-1 down in the series, 2 to go, everything to play for now.
Yeah, for sure. We've got to win the next 2 games. It's as simple as that, and we've got to pick ourselves up and play much better cricket.
Well, good luck for the next 2 games, Steve. Tough luck today.
Thank you.
Steve Waugh, captain of the Australian team. And now I'd like to ask Sourav Ganguly to come up, please. Well, Sourav, tremendous all-round performance today.
Yeah, absolutely. We played fantastically. We batted well, we bowled well, and we fielded brilliantly. That's the best part of our performance today.
Yes, 299 on this surface was a very good score, and great skills shown by both Lakshman and Tendulkar in that partnership.
Absolutely, yeah, they've batted right well throughout the series, and today was no exception. And they kept the run rate going. We were struggling at 100 for 122 overs. I thought the run rate was a bit down, but then played superbly after that.
The running between the wickets, big difference today?
Yeah, it was, but still Lakshman got run out. I think he's too good a player to get himself out like that. He can score more runs for us.
And Australia got off to a good start. Were you worried at any stage?
Yeah, not really, because, you know, it's happened right throughout the series that have got off to a good start and we've come back. And I had in my mind that a lot of the guys are playing for the first time in India. They haven't had much of knock in the centre. So we knew if you could pick up some wickets, we could come back. And that's exactly what happened.
Harbhajan once again turning his arm over and bowling beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. He's bowled beautifully right through the series. His confidence is high, and I hope he does well for India in the future as well.
2-1 up, 2 matches to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've got 2 games to go. We'll play hard as we did today, and we'll try to win the series.
Good luck for the rest of the game, Sourav.
Thanks, Rob.
Sourav Ganguly, the captain of the Indian team. And now, as always, the adjudicator for the man of the match, Cammy Smith, the match referee. Cammy, tough choice?
Not really. Very easy win for India. For Australia, Gilchrist played well for his 63. McGrath got 3 wickets and Fleming 2, but that was about all. And for India, that big partnership between Lakshman, he's in the runs, he's gained 83, and Tendulkar with a magnificent 139. Tendulkar man of the match.
Sachin Tendulkar, the man of the match in today's game. He'll collect a cheque of 35,000 rupees and also the Pepsi man of the match trophy. Sachin, if you could go up and collect the trophy and a cheque of 35,000 rupees. The Pepsi man of the cheque will be handed over by Mr. Madhav Rao Scindia, while as the Pepsi man of the match trophy will be given by Mr. Digvijay Singh, the Honourable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. A cheque of 35,000 rupees as well. Well, Sachin, big day, memorable day for you. Past 10,000 runs, 100, and India winning.
Yeah, I can't ask for anything more than this. I think I've always maintained this. When you score some runs, it should be useful, and at the end of the day's play, you should be a happy man by by ending up on a winning team.
How much of pressure was there on you with everyone egging you on towards the 10,000 run mark, because there was a huge cheer when you reached 34?
I know, I just wanted to hang around, and I had decided that I'm going to be there till the 40th over at least, and then onwards maybe probably try and play some big shots, and that's what my plan was, and it worked.
How was the surface to bat on, because you did change your game once the first 15 overs was over?
Yeah, it wasn't too easy because it was a little hard to play in front of the wicket, and that's the reason I thought, to play maybe towards third man and fine leg would help, and with this fast outfield, we scored some bounties there in that region.
Lakshman in tremendous form, that must have been a big help.
Yeah, he kept rotating the strike very well, and as he has been batting so well throughout the series, I hope he continues the same form, because India has a lot to see of him.
Yes, did you have a target in mind when that partnership was going on?
Yeah, I was looking at 320, and we just felt that we were going great guns, and without playing any rash shots. At times we were improvising a bit, but we weren't playing too much in the air.
Too short of 100 wickets in one-day internationals. Looking forward to rolling your arm over in the next two games?
Yeah, hopefully, that's what I told Saurav. Yeah, don't forget I've got 98 wickets. No, but anyway, it was important that Saurav got on at that stage and bowled some tight overs.
Well done, Sachin, today. Tremendous performance.
Thank you so much.
Sachin Tendulkar, the man of the match. Past 10,000